Greetings all, I have a cup of tea, again, I'm not going to spill it. I have some Lego stuff. So, here's a footnote. I will be doing the big set eventually. It's just, because I want to do it all in sort of one day, I haven't had a day yet where I can block out the entire day to build this big set. So that's why that video hasn't come out yet, because it is going to take a while. It is going to take a while to actually have a time when I can actually do it. But I have the Kai's Elemental Fire Mech set, one of the bigger ones, with another mech. It's really one of the few sets that actually comes with like a significant bad guy kind of mech piece or whatever, or vehicle, or anything really. Some of the small ones come with like little gliders and stuff. It's like, it's cool, but it's hard to display a little shitty glider because you have to get some clear pieces to, or some string to hold it, etc. And then you have the bigger sets with the villain types. I think there's like one big villain set, but it's real expensive, and there's like one wolf-looking mech set, which looks kind of ass, honestly. So I picked up this because I like the mech system in this anyway, and I get to show off how the mechs connect to each other. It has this mech connection to each other's system, which I think even works with Little One, if I recall, because they all use the same modular system. That's cool. Here are displayed the three sort of main ones, but I think this works with the Little One as well. Although with the Little One, it will probably look a bit small in it, you know. But anyway, this comes with two mechs, and it also comes with Kai and Zane, Jordana, one of the characters, I guess, of this faction, and another wolf mesh warrior. There are a few other characters that come in some of the other sets. Yeah, there's also Sora and something called Akeen or something, some new characters for this sort of, I guess, this era or whatever. But this is the new version of these guys, which is fine. Zane's the robot boy, and we like robot guys. Anyway, let's get this opened up. So you actually open it from the bottom, which is weird. Thought it would open from the side, but that's fine too, I guess. And this actually won't open properly. Cardboard. So, we have on the booklet, which is nice. I'm just taking care not to show the QR code. And some paper bags. Cool to see them in paper bags, but even though like the smaller mini ones are still in. But you know what? We don't mind that. Though it is nice with the old system where you could kind of see through the bags, you could see all the pieces, which was a kind of a nicer aesthetic for video producing, and also finding particular minifigure pieces. That's fine. So there are 3 bags for this set. I'm going to do something different nowadays. Because of this, I'm only going to show an at the end build. But yeah, so that's this. We'll be back when it's done. And we are back. So we have the leader character here with her sword. There's a main sword here, which is very sort of dark and sort of shadowy looking. We have the Kopesh from the other guy. I think it's like a Kopesh or like a curved scimitar or something, which is kind of cool. Interesting, different, just different designs of swords rather than just the standard swords all the time. It's nice to get a variant. You do get also 2 of these. You don't really need 2, but you get 2. There's our boy, and his angry face on, his energy face, and there's our other guy. And each one comes with 2 of these golden swords. Then we have the little mech, which is rather nice. I like the armor plating system here, and it's quite nice. This, I really think, should be a printed piece of some description. Their insignia should really be on this piece, I think. I do like how it uses sort of like these railway pieces to give him sort of bowed legs. To give him the illusion of having knees, you know? The illusion of having knees. And using this sort of foot pad to give a bit more stability when standing is nice. Having these sort of clips in just grey is nice, parts-wise. The mech with a tail, which is quite cute, actually has a tail. Kind of has like a tuft of fur at the back. Kind of plain from the back end, but most mechs are. I like how the arms kind of come out a bit, but really, they're just connected just like that. I would like to put like a tile or a round tile here, and just bring this forward a bit, just for building stability, really, because this is just going to just pop right off, isn't it, really? This piece here and this piece there. Should really be secured both ends, rather than just being like that. I think really nice use of tow bar pieces just to make it long arms. Kind of intimidating, just having these long, freakishly long arms. There's something very mutant about it. It's a nice little build. This is probably about the same scale as the cheaper mech that I picked up before. So it's a good to scale for that. Realistically, I feel like this, more so than the other mech, should have been its own thing, because this is just screaming army build. This mech particularly is screaming for an army build. I feel like this should have been the cheap mech, and the other mech should have gone with him. I get you kind of have to have a battle in a box system, but like, give us something different, you know, so we can actually have an army builder type thing for the bad guy team, rather than just, you know, that. That's just one small gripe. It's nice. This is also incompatible with the other mini mech. You don't. This is all one sort of piece. You can't just take the legs off, which is fine, I guess, because it's a bad guy's mech, so it doesn't really matter. You don't get much sort of well, I guess you do if you tilt it, but it's quite interesting how you get that random motion sort of stopping there. He can't wield weapons while he's in that cockpit. Whoa, whoa. And again, it's an overall slight flatness at this end of the leg, but that's just just minor gripes, really. It's honestly fine. It's just sort of minor gripes more than anything else. But comparatively, we have, of course, the big boy. There is a lot to talk about with this. Let's put him in the driver's seat for 1 second. Arms down. How do I... Oh, I've got to get... I think he actually has to sit down for this. Holy shit. Hold up. Get in that cockpit, boy. So this is actually a sit-down mech rather than a stand-up type. It looks cool. Printed tile. Don't know if it's the same printed tile as the other set, but printed tile. I guess we'll go sort of just in random orders. I love this sword build. So it's a big blade, but the smaller blade as well to get kind of sort of maneuverability. So maybe it's like sort of weird viper blade or something. But it also gives this nice sort of pointed bit here. And it just also just uses that piece nicely. And it's just a nice big build for a large sword, including a hilt rather than just having a blade. Nice use of fire pieces to give this sort of thing. And the armor pieces are really just cool to give it good range of motion whilst also just having cool armor. Same with the legs are the same, so these really should have tiles on them though, these pieces. Although I guess it does help to have like bits where minifigures can sort of put their feet on, etc. So you could have something climbing up it. Like so. You can have something climbing up there, I guess. But these, so there's bits here as well, which you could do with tiles. The legs look fine from the back, actually, and they even look okay from the inside. They don't look quite as impressive from the inside, but they look fine, I guess. These feet are kind of an odd but interesting build. Again, you've got sort of lack of tiles, but interesting using side building to make it a bit more flat. Don't know why you have these clips here, though, because it kind of prevents full range of motion for some reason. Could just be a tile, so we can have because you can kind of, in real life, you can kind of move your foot backwards, but not a huge amount. But again, it's a mech, it doesn't have to confine to human body standards, you know. If you want that foot to go backwards, you should be able to have that foot to go backwards, you know. I think it's cute. This one actually has a little slot on the one leg to put a sword there. Don't know why it's not symmetrical. Really could be symmetrical. I mean, if you have extra swords, it's just nice to be able to put them there. But that's a cool detail. Again, the backside looks a bit bland. You could do some anti-stud bricks or some reverse bricks just put on the back, or some sort of big panel to put on the back. But that's, again, a minor gripe. I get it with mechs, you know. I like the use of all these sort of gold bar pieces for armor as well, and these sort of type pieces of armor, which aren't like that. There's actually bits underneath which have snot pieces kind of things on them, which is nice. It does feel nice and bulky too compared to other mechs. This feels very Exoforce-y. I mean, you got these sort of bowed pieces as well, which are nice. And the return of the ball and socket system in full force feels very nice. And even this sort of ratchety piece in between, if I can separate these two. If I can separate these two. There we go. So you've got that piece there, and that piece there, which screams very much the Exoforce building system. It's nice to see it being used in actually a clever and creative way, using this ratcheting system for the hips, which don't need to have such fluid motion, but benefit from having hip joint motion. Okay, you can't turn your hips all the way 360 degrees in real life, but, you know, this is a mech. It should be able to do that. No sneaking up behind you. Also, you would have seen underneath there, it uses those sort of, the tiles, to make it smoother, but also just gold, which is nice. It's nice to have gold, yellow, and red, going for the rule of 3 colors, and just having that sort of orangey yellow, yellowy orange, just works to me. Yeah, I think this is a really solid build. Again, there's a few sort of too many studs showing in places, but that's fine. It's, again, a minor gripe. This is a definite good set to pick up. Here's sort of a scale comparison. So this is a good this is a good, like, minifigure taller than the other mech, which is good, because it means you could sort of reasonably have them sort of take these things out in 1 or 2, like, big slashes of their sword. Take on whole legions of them, kind of thing. Yeah, I have no complaints about this. But we do have a bonus thing. So last time I forgot to open it on camera, but it was just a duplicate of the first one we got anyway, somehow, despite it being the only one I opened from this series. We do have another minifigure. So, what's it going to be today? It is not another dupe, thank goodness. It is a lady. So we got nice pink hair, cool torso, a headphones piece, a lady with pink green lipstick, which is kind of cool. We have another set of headphones, which is good to have a spare. We have a mouse piece. I think it's supposed to be like a mouse. And we have a tiny little RGB keyboard. That is adorable. So it's like I guess like a gamer girl, but like a proper, I guess you're having your RGB keyboard like a streamer or like a proper, you know, esports girl. You know, I mean, including the trophy. There's probably more esports. I think this sort of shirt is a reference to the Falcon Knights of like old Lego Castle, and there's also Vita Rush in the back, which is like a brand in Lego Universe. So yeah, this is definitely an esports because they're sponsored. Obviously, they've got their team logo, which is a little bit generic, and then they've got their sponsorship. That's actually really cool. I love that. It's basically Code Miko, and also just double printed arms. I mean, CMFs usually have those, but it's just good to see. Interestingly enough, she can't hold all of her accessories, but we'll give her the keyboard, I guess. Woo! You go, girl! You did it. Won a trophy for playing League of Legends or something. You won a trophy because you actually decided to play Dota 2 instead of League of Legends. They just gave you a trophy for making that, like, swap because holy... Oh, she can't even hold the keyboard. That's actually hilarious. No, that's like a design flaw of the piece, or like, whatever. Yeah, she actually, for some reason, cannot hold this particular piece. That's weird. Maybe it doesn't have quite the same grooves as it should have. That is an interesting problem. I guess you'll just have to hold the keyboard like it's a bit of money or something, which I believe is... Yeah, there we go. Sure. That's a little extra bonus. Thank you guys for joining. Let me know what you think of the set. Let me know what you think about the CMF series and this particular figure. And, I'll see you all in the next video. I guess, give me your recommendations, and I will be back soon. Bye-bye for now.